What is poppin', adventurers? It's Max again from Witcream Media, and for today's video, it's not going to be a guide, but rather a way to help the game itself. So Eyedentity just released a feedback form that gives the community a chance to voice out their concerns. This really gives us a lot of hope, and personally, I'm pretty happy that they did that. Now, I know what you're thinking. PvP is or refunders are destroying the game. Yeah, I know, you're not wrong, but that doesn't mean you're entirely right either. There's a certain level of complexity when it comes to making decisions about video game content, and I can't blame you for venting out your frustrations in the comment section of the game's Facebook page. However, the best we can do is to give constructive criticism and avoid the needless and toxic comments. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not defending Nexon or Eyedentity. I'm just trying to defend the game that I am enjoying. What I'm doing right now is giving said constructive criticism and hope that things will turn out for the best in the future patches. This video is a collective of comments and suggestions from different groups and channels that want their ideas to be heard, but lack the resources or means for them to voice out. As someone who really loves the concept of a community, I do want to do my share and help my fellow players out. Before we start, I'd like to promote a great Discord channel that's filled with awesome and respectful World of Dragoness players. It's got everything about WODN and has helped me a lot in learning new info. I'll have the link down in the description. Also, I would like to give a quick shout out to Mas Dewell, who has a very helpful Facebook page, so please do check it out, links at the description. And of course to Nyan and Freyer for the awesome discussion in the Discord server. Problem number 1. We gotta do something about the refunders, dude. This is probably the first thing that comes in mind when addressing the biggest elephant in the room. Refunders are destroying the economy of World of Dragoness, and honestly, no server is safe. There are a lot of preventive measures, but we need to accept the fact that we can't solve this problem by relying on the devs alone. We also need to do our part by not buying through third-party sources and not buying overpriced items in the exchange. A lot of players have suggested to put an average price for each item, and it actually seems like a good idea. This concept is similar to Ragnarok Online Mobile, Eternal Love, although I'm not sure if it's still the same case now. But it worked like a charm back in the day. Direct trading will only cause more problems in terms of real money trading, so if you love or at least enjoy the game wholeheartedly, do your part. Don't buy green diamonds from third-party sources, and don't buy those overpriced items if you can. It would also help if Nexon would be more public about the players they banned to send a warning to aspiring refunders and give hope to legit and clean players that are doing their best to do the right thing. Next are PvP balance issues. So here comes the second biggest problem, and it's affecting a lot of people. I'm not going to talk about which update was better because the best thing we can do now on is to move on from here. Here are a couple of suggestions from the community, but I'm not saying that this is mandatory. It's just rather these things are what ED should consider. Suggestion number 1, this came from Torikachu from the Discord server. So place a level bracket where players can duel with others at their average level. I know it sucks to be queued with high level opponents who carries better gear than you, and it's turning players off. This might result in longer queue times, but more and more players might be interested to hit the Colosseum since they know that it's a better and fairer fight rather than getting a one-sided demolition job. Suggestion number 2 is to recalculate the stats from PvP items. So right now, resist sets with a mix of will is what dominates the Colosseum. Adding more variety by tweaking the battle and iron wall sets can improve the quality of life for players as they have more options to build upon and allows them to not heavily rely on ramping up resist to avoid status ailments. Suggestion number 3, rating over honor points. So I gotta give this one a really good thumbs up. This came from Hawkeye1845 from the Guild Outlaw in the Lunaria server. So by concept, the Colosseum is a means to get competitive and see who has better skills, and not only by those who has more time and fatigue. The current system favors those who spam entering the Colosseum rather than actually doing your best to not lose. Having a legit and public PvP ladder will encourage more players to test out their skills. Last on the list is of course consider a practice arena where fatigue is not required, but in return players will get no rewards. This is a suggestion coming from Freyer in the Discord server. So honestly, this is also a really good thumbs up. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys are so bored practicing with bots. I'm not even sure if you guys are still practicing with bots. Moving on to the third issue, which is sort of a personal thing for me as well. Gotta make raids more rewarding and at the same time challenging. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are tired or bored of our resident meat shield. I don't blame them because aside from doing it over and over while praying to the RNG gods, it's so damn easy overall. Well, there's nothing wrong with it being easy. Eyedentity can at least add more rooms with higher difficulty but more rewards. Here are some suggestions from different players that also make sense. Suggestion number 1 is to give players different rewards like titles if they clear the nest under a specific time. Consider calling it time attack, just like the NPC. This will help make the paying players feel better in their investments. Clearing the nest can be done by anyone, but clearing it with a challenge and a better reward, however, sounds more exciting. Suggestion number 2, add more stages. So I understand that World of Dragonest is a mobile game and has a slice of convenience added into it, but I'm pretty sure it won't hurt to add a couple of more stages to add more fun during 8-man raids. Next is of course the first clear reward. So this is a system that's in the PC version that really helps starting players to catch up into the game. While the drops don't have to be equipment, you can start with red diamonds every week at least. Gives more players a reason to take nests seriously and not just be a daily or weekly chore. Last is of course to tweak the honor system. Okay, while doing the Highlander trick is not illegal, I'm not against that, it just wipes out the chance of other classes to reach the rank they desire. Damage received is a welcome addition to points, but I think Eyedentity went a little overboard here. What I'm trying to say is, I think players that understand or have mastered the mechanics of a stage deserve more than what they are getting right now. Moving on to the next issue is of course we gotta do something about these mentally challenged cheaters. Now, we've heard about this exploit in a lot of channels, but if you read between the lines and think deeply about it, this is as bad as refunders. Game-breaking cheats like infinite range can discourage a lot of active players who live by the essence of competition. I have experienced and seen the videos myself and boy, oh boy, this is disgusting. It was so damn disgusting. I don't understand what they can get out of it, but I'm assuming that they were bullied or abused so bad when they were kids and maybe that's why they yearn for that artificial validation. Next on the list is not a flaw, but more of a suggestion coming from MD Luffy. So he's talking about the mentor system. So there's a reason why players are requesting for a job change coupon. One of those reasons is the fact that a lot of hard work is required for characters to level up, especially if you're free to play. Having a mentor system that accelerates the process of this tedious task can draw in a lot more players and improve player retention. Drop some extra rewards like red diamonds or fatigue potions in there too for a nice finishing touch. And lastly are the quality of life tweaks. So to the uninitiated, quality of life improvement simply means improving game systems to make players feel better about playing the game. I can go about this all day, but here's a simplified list gathered from different players. Suggestion number 1, this is a collective, so it's not specifically listed to a player. So it states, please add more spiders in Sanarat. Eliminating 900 spiders with 5 spiders at a time is eating up our batteries and it doesn't even give us skill points. So there's a deeper meaning to this one. Not everyone has the luxury of playing in the PC and a lot of players rely on their phones to play. Hastening this unreasonably tedious work would do a lot of players a favor, getting more player attention and overall a better experience. Next suggestion is, again, this is a collective, so be more transparent about stats like critical rate. Give us a percentage besides the flat number so that we'll know what we're doing. So this QOL change, or this QOL suggestion has been around for quite some time in the NPC and would really mean so much if they apply it in World of Dragonest. Next, this came from Freyer in the Discord server, so please add a timer for sudden quests to help out more players in estimating their time. It will actually benefit everyone in the end, as this helps players do other things while waiting for the timer rather than giving it a wild guess. Next suggestion is be more vocal about your upcoming content. So right now, player retention should be one of your priorities, and hyping up your current players will at least give them more reasons to stay rather than to quit. Next is, if you're not giving us a storage function, then at least give us the liberty of stacking duplicate items, especially growth and smelting stones. So I'm pretty sure a lot of players are very frustrated about this issue right now. Just have to sell all those smelting stones from time to time. No, it's becoming a chore, so Eyedentity, you better work on that. And lastly is, please allow us to queue for solo in regular nests, because we just want to farm for materials. Relying on others to hit accept is already frustrating enough, since a lot of players tend to troll you by queuing and not even accepting. See, there are many more suggestions that are left unnoticed, and as much as I want to add them, they are unfortunately buried among a lot of other comments or conversations. I'm hopeful that more and more players will notice those important suggestions soon and team up to actually voice it out. Look, World of Dragonist is a beautiful game with a lot of potential. Despite having its flaws, there are a lot of great things too. It's just that the community collective list I mentioned in this video is essential in keeping the game alive as it moves forward. Keeping my fingers crossed, along with many other players, that they'd actually hear us out. I know they're doing their best, and I'm sure they've read a lot of our comments, so let's do our part in trying to look at the positive side and work together to improve the game. Thank you so much for watching. This is a new segment that we kind of just made along the way, but I hope this video gave you a better perspective about World of Dragonist. Also, muchas gracias to the great people who contributed in this video. If you think we missed something, please let us know down below. So, well, that's it for now, fellas. Peace, be nice, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.